Hello and welcome. This is your boy Jack here to do another reaction video. This time I'll be reacting to a track that I've been looking forward to because it actually features an artist that I grew up listening to, and I thought he was a phenomenal artist back then, and I still do actually. It doesn't really matter, but and so it's like the fact that I discovered that he was actually featured with this other artist whom I think is absolutely prolific and absolutely brilliant is applause, and I can't wait to actually see their interaction with one another and see how this track comes about. And of course, the track I'm talking about is Kao Denero featuring Shaba and Supa Laj, and the artist of obviously I was talking about is Shaba, huge fan from back in the day, and the track we'll be reacting to is entitled Trouble. So it's like, I know Kao Denero is brilliant, Shaba is brilliant. I know nothing about Supa Laj. It's Supa Laj, Laj. But you know what? I don't think they would feature someone who's up to par in this track, especially if it features both heavyweights like that. So I can't wait to actually hear this. I've been looking forward to reacting to it. I know a lot of people have also asked that I react to it, but I was like, you know what? I'll take my time and just get there when I'm ready. And today is the day I am ready to check out this track, and hopefully I'll be blown out of my mind, as I expect. This is obviously, there's no video, so it's an audio only. So let's just go get right into it and enjoy Trouble by Kao Denero featuring Shaba and Supa Laj. So without further ado, let's get this reacting party started.
Yes, sir, Yon. Freetown.
Shaba.
All the people in the palm body. Dirty Black. Lord of Mercy. Shaba. They are born December. And I meditate for my brothers and my sister in Africa. I make you know, say. Alright. Happiness, it have to come. It have to come. Beat on me heart like the rhythm of a drum. Happiness, it have to come. It have to come. To all my brothers and sisters in a Sierra Leone. Happiness, it have to come. It have to come. Beat on me heart like the rhythm of a drum. Happiness, it have to come. It have to come. Brothers and sisters, let's have
fun. People are dying. Too much trouble in the world. Others are fighting for a better place to live. If we could come together in love and harmony, then we can solve this problem of suffering and grief.
So kitty katana the world. All the people just say so.
Let me stop right there. I have to say, I love the whole dance hall vibe thing happening over there. It sort of works, as you all know, whenever dance hall style, just, you know, it gives your music a little bit of that extra oomph when it comes to actually getting your body moving or getting your mindset agitated. So this is great. I really like it. So far, so good. As I said, huge Shaba fan. He delivered, I believe, and it's great. So let's take it now to the version.
So kitty katana the world. All the people just they suffer. Politicians never offer. They left we down and they get to with so much trouble now the world. So kitty katana the world. All the people just they suffer. Politicians never offer. They left we down and they get to with so much trouble now the world. Yeah. Check the history of the black race. Discrimination of the black man without trace. That's why we act race, so we got frustrated. Much love to Mandela, rest in peace to Marcus Garvey. Unity is what we need, Africa. Stop the greed, the teach the split. Pray to see we succeed and climb the ladder. African.
I love this. I love this track already. It's like, it's brilliant. I love listening to artists talk about, you know, things that actually matter. They are self-aware of their environment, of what's happening around there. And I love the refrain. It was like, bad things happen to people. Politicians just, you know, glide over it, more or less. So I really love this. He's paying homage to those who've actually done the best to actually make things work. And it's great. So I'm going to take it back again when he starts paying homage to Mandela and the rest who worked hard to actually change things into a better direction. And in some cases, obviously, they made the strides towards a better direction, and sometimes, in some cases, their successor completely derailed the plans. But the initials, their goals were much more aligned to the ideals to making their space a better place. So I really like that.
Politicians never offer. They left we down and they get to it, so much trouble now the road. So kitty katana the road. All me people just they suffer. Politicians never offer. They left we down and they get to it, so much trouble now the road. Yeah. Check the history of the black race. Discrimination of the black man without trace. That's why we act race, so we got frustrated. Much love to Mandela, rest in peace to Marcus Garvey. You need this work, we need Africa. Stop the greed, the kids to split. Pray to see we succeed and climb the ladder. African kids is homeless, they don't find them father. Just to eat grind casada, the skin is black. Took us miles away, but never bring we back. Make niggas run from the truth, scared to scream we black. The land of the false man, they brought the false plan. Create the AIDS disease and throw the shit to us, man. Rebellion, question, slavery, destruction, extend dynasty.
Okay, I want to make mention to that. It was like the white, more or less, I guess his refers to Europeans and whatnot. They actually brought the AIDS disease to Africa and spread it. So I mean, there is a theory going around that it was actually intentionally done, brought over here to, it was, I guess, created in a lab. It got out of hand, and then in order to actually cover the tracks, more or less, they actually brought it over to Africa and as a whole and had it spread over there. It is possible that's the case. I mean, I don't have proof that it is or it isn't. It's, I guess, relegated under a conspiracy theory, but I wouldn't put it past people to actually do so, because a lot of things, if you pay attention to what's actually happening now or what happened in the past, it's like a lot of things that you would think are impossible, or at least people wouldn't do, were actually happen. I take instance for the Native Americans over here, the women who were actually unintentional. They went in for treatment and the doctors performed hysterectomy without their permission or without their knowledge. It's like, that was actually a thing. I couldn't believe that doctors would actually do that, forced sterilization. It's like, you would think with the Hippocratic oaths and everything, they would actually do so. But you know what? People are just blinded by greed, hate, racism, whatever. It doesn't matter. It happens. So who knows? That might actually be true, that it was intentionally introduced. AIDS was intentionally introduced to the African continent. So let's go.
Guns, tell me who the brave of the class was. That's why we never save but bust guns. Run through customs with mad drugs. My government Steve trust funds with no love. So Mr. Black Man redefine. I want the world equality to be redefined. That's why we smoke every weed we find. Cause the African politician be the greedy kind. But I'm a pure rasta. I smoke weed cause it kill asthma. It made me sad when I saw tsunami on the TV.
It's like, yeah, African, it's like with the boundless of resources in some African nations, it's really appalling to see how bad things are actually over there. It's like, yeah, he's right. Politicians, the majority of politicians there are just greedy and very corrupt, and it's a shame. I know their places, or obviously the countries, are working towards actually eradicating it, but it's going to be it's going to be a long process. It's going to be hard. There's definitely going to be setbacks, but you know what? We all need to continue. We need to vote right. We need to make sure we hold them accountable for their actions. And it's very important that you vote for the right, candidate. At least put the word out there. Do the research and vote right. And hopefully, if you stack the decks enough, you probably, and I'm laughing, but it's actually a serious thing, if you start at the grassroots, I guess, and work your way up, and hopefully that doing so, you would have a strong, stable foundation that would be able to counteract the dishonesty, the corruption, and the greed that is actually out there. You know, fight, stack it, keep stacking it, and make sure you push your way up. At least that's the hope, and things and change things around. That's, I know sounds naive, but I'm hoping it's like, do so. We should do so and make things better.
Too much trouble in the world. Brothers are fighting for a better place to live. If we could come together in love and harmony, then we can solve this problem of suffering and grief.
Hey yo, check out the evening news on television. Gunshots, kids being abused, terrorism. Governments need to build more schools instead of prisons. Hunger and disease got Africa under siege. Economy's poor, cause poverty, war, greed and corruption only lead to destruction. Meanwhile my people is suffering, bleeding for nothing. So I had to spit a few rhymes to remind you that we living in some critical times. Nuclear weapons, the #1 threat to global security. And that's only half the story. The disease called AIDS was made in a laboratory. The end is near. Gotta fight for my freedom like Shenbei Pier. Busting shots in the air as a reminder that millions of lives were lost in Rwanda due to tribal war, earthquakes and floods. No chance for fast evacuation. These are the last days. Check the chapter Revelation.
Politician make speech, but none of reach the people.
I disagree. I don't think it's the last days yet. It hasn't gotten to that point. It is bad, but it's still fixable. I think we just have to, be self-aware, and we have to do our parts to actually change things. Every little bit count. I know people are like, "No, massive." No, you got to start small and grow. As long as everyone starts, it's better to do something than not to do anything. Period. So start doing small things. That's great. Doing massive things. That's great. As long as it's a change and it's for the positive. It's positive and it's for the betterment of everyone, yourself, everyone, the environment, the whole thing. It has small change. Any change for the better is good than no change at all. So I disagree. Not yet. Not the end of the days yet. Yes, things are bleak, but it's not the end of the days.
Check the chapter Revelation.
Politician make speech, but none of reach the people them. Rap and rape, it treat the people them. Crime, COVID, deceive the people them. When will Africa hit the street again?
Sometimes I ask myself why they really wanna be us, cause we got the blood of kings and the illest tribal leaders. Cradle with civilization and ain't no other alternate. So welcome to the dark-skinned continent. Wise men and warriors, all you can expect when you think you got that ice from the came around your neck. Yeah, you really shining, but what about them Africans that's mining? Imagine all the diamonds they be finding before we was statistics.
Okay, who's that? Is that Supa Laj? It sounds American actually. Please let me know who that artist is. It's interesting. It's kind of throwing me off a bit. I mean, it's in a good way. It's throwing me off a bit in a good way, but I'm curious to actually know if that's Supa Laj, if that's how he actually sounds. That's pretty interesting. Or if that's actually Kao Denero switching up his style. That would even be absolutely insane. All right, so let's go.
Every mind created gifted. Don't make me take you back into Egyptian hieroglyphics. Haile Selassie, Ethiopia reigned. The greatest minds came, so how can you complain? Mother, all the country's been raped and robbed. And why you cry about your day job, Somalian starved. We the first and the last, baby, check the anthropology. Crumb snatcher bubble, time to represent economies. Build more buildings, defend all our women and children. And stop all these black on black killings. We had enough of the suffering and pain. From the whips to the chains to the lock in our brain. Time to break it.
Shaba, take it over from Snatcher and make them know say that we not retire. All of them a fierce spit fire. Higher and higher, we give the oppressor with them desire. Head, horn, hunter, always and forever giving thanks to Big Diamond Records. Now tell you, Freetown, we're in your town. Kao Denero, the great Supa Laj, and Shaba forever, Big Diamond Record forever.
Rest in peace to my brother Clayton Reed Thomas, cause tomorrow's not promised. It's a King Solomon, ruler of Big Diamond Records. Big Al, big up, big up, big up.
That was interesting. That was great. That was Kao Denero featuring Shaba. and Supa Laj, and the track was Troubles, basically talking about how things are, how we should try to make changes. I know I'm simplifying it, but yeah, and kind of giving you a background knowledge as to what how things are the way they are, and hope how we could all make it, if we're self-aware of what's happening and what's going on, then we could actually strive to make changes to our environment, our environment, basically. So that's great, that's fantastic, and it's always a pleasure to listen to Shaba. I wonder how old that track is. I'm really, it was a while back, isn't it? It's great though. I really liked it. It's always a pleasure listening to Shaba, and it's also a pleasure to actually listen to Kao Denero drop knowledge on us, and force us to think and expand our mind, our perception, and all that good stuff. So that was a fantastic track. That was very enlightening, and that was absolutely A+. All right, so that was great. That was Kao Denero featuring Shaba Ranks and Supa Laj. The track was Troubles, and as I said, if you check it out again, listen to it without interruption, and just pay attention, it's brilliant. I think you would enjoy it. And obviously, if you're here at this point in time, you probably already did enjoy it, so that's great. Anyway, so with that said, this is your boy Jack. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button. It lets you know when next I drop a new vid. Don't forget to leave comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want me to react to. And if you've got nothing to say, just say, hey, that's absolutely okay. If you disagree with what I've said during this reaction video, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments down below. All I ask is that you be constructive about it, and the same goes if you wish to expand on what I have said during this reaction video. Please do the same. Constructive dialogue makes the world go round. Everyone learns, everyone grows. That's what this channel is all about. And when this track, that's what it is about. So with that said, this is your boy Jack. Y'all take care, and I will catch you on the flip side.